Thank you so much for bringing up this comment. So here's the thing. I've used all of those terms in the past to describe myself. And as I continue to deconstruct, I continue to critically think about these terms. Here's my perspective and my concern, even in regards to using this particular term. And I am well aware that this is the now acceptable term to describe that region. My thing is, why are we continuing to lump them together? That's my personal thing. That isn't even like, it is not being discussed by anybody from my community. I think I'm the first one to bring attention to this, is why do we need to be lumped up still based on the definition of those regions? Again, we don't have very much in common. And I want to be very clear. I actually really appreciate that you made this comment. This is not at all a call out, but this is a thought that I've recently started to have as someone who is deconstructing, decolonizing, and really identifying who I am and where I fall on the spectrum of quote unquote racial, ethnic, cultural, geographic identity. Because the fact is, even North Africans don't have much in common from one end to the other. We've all been Arabized. We all have indigenous tribal traditions that we share. And that is also due to colonialism and abduction through the slave trade. How my people ended up in Egypt. But the fact is, like, why are we lumping them up? Like, if people can differentiate enough that Russia and Ukraine are two separate places, two separate different cultural identities, two separate things, why are we lumping up these countries and categorizing them as one? And it almost gives me the same feeling as referring to Africa as if it's not a continent, as if it's a country, as if it's a monolith. And that's the thing, is we are constantly trying to identify ourselves based on Eurocentrism and whiteness. Because this, like, although it is a lot more accurate, and I'm going to tag a friend of mine who is a professor of linguistics and specifically decolonization by linguistics and other things, but they specialize in decolonization, and they have an amazing book, and I highly encourage you to check out their lives, their book, everything. I would love for them to chime in, and I would love for them to continue with me in this conversation. Sorry, dogs got really loud. But why are we continuing to categorize individuals based on this is my thing. Just some food for thought from my point of view. And quite literally, I've never had anybody bring this up to me in a conversation before. I think I'm the first one that I'm aware of that even brings attention to the fact that any language, whether it's MENA, whether it's SWANA, whether it's any of those things, still collectively combines people together that are based on Orientalism, Western propaganda, and intentional design of racism. So I think collectively, maybe it's time that we just educate ourselves about the rest of the world, myself included. Learning the differences between North and South and East and West Africa and Northeast Africa and North Africa proper and Central Africa. Like, learning the differences in culture, the colonial history, the everything. I think we hold a certain responsibility to learn about those things in order to actually decolonize. Just as we want to give tribute to every tribe on this stolen land of Turtle Island that we are currently active settlers on. Which also we owe them a lot more than just learning about and giving tribute to their tribes. We actually owe them land back. That's a discussion for another day. I think we need to work together collectively to fully dismantle and decolonize our language, our terms, our identifiers, all of it. So I really, again, Shari, I really appreciate the fact that you brought this comment up. Someone brought it up, I think yesterday or the day before, and I've just been really busy. And I've been wanting to discuss it. And because it's brought up again, I'm taking this opportunity to even, I guess, guide the conversation into a whole new direction. that I don't even think my own people consider. Because what is decolonizing if we're simply slapping a different name on it? And that's my thing. How do I self-identify? Well, my citizenships are Canadian Egyptian. I don't really have a culture or ethnicity other than being a first-generation born immigrant / settler on stolen land, and weapon of, unfortunately, genocide and oppression and colonialism. My heritage comes from Northeast Africa. Other than that, I'm still exploring what I self-identify as in terms of my racial cultural identity. But yeah, thanks for bringing this up. And I hope that people actually engage in this conversation, not just in the comments, but I would love to see people talking about this. Whether you stitch this, create your own video, comment with a video. Like, I want to hear what people have to say in general, but especially what people who fit in this collected group of communities have to say about that. Thank you.